Hello, it's Maddie before taking a brand new video. So today we are back with the one, the only Chris-chan content. I know how much you guys love it. I know. I know what you're really snapping after. I had my good run with Chris-chan's trolls, his lover, etc. And I kind of ran out of ideas, I'll be honest. And then it hit me. I've missed out on the greatest gem, the greatest gold mine that Chris-chan has ever created, beyond himself. Today, we're going to be talking about the one, the only Sonichu. For relevance, I'm sat in a uni room where everyone around me can hear me, and I'm just sat here talking to myself about Sonichu. We're going to presume you haven't seen my other videos, and I'm going to quickly give you a brief rundown before we go to the CWC wiki and we have a look at what they have to say. So Chris-chan is a man, potentially the most written about and documented person on the planet. I know it's crazy. He's been about online since about 2003. He's basically your average nerd. Unfortunately, he has some mental deficiencies. You know, they help him, they make him more creative. He basically lives in his own world with mainly this comic and this trading card set called Sonichu. He features himself and he features his main character Sonichu, all these different other characters' creations. He's a very strange man, and he's had so many trolls kind of do some horrible, sick things to him. But himself, he isn't necessarily the greatest person. He hasn't been shaped hugely well over this time. He's been through some hardships, and he's kind of given it back. He's not a nice guy, but he's very interesting. He's a very good case study, and I think that you guys will enjoy him. But today, we're going to be talking about his main character, Sonichu. Now, as you can probably tell, Sonichu is a completely original character. He's made it up completely himself, you know. There's nothing about him is stolen, okay? As said by the main man himself, Sonichu is copyrighted, and mine alone. Do not steal from Chris. Of course, I'm joking. Sonichu is an amalgamation of Sonic and Pikachu.
No shit.
But he still claims it's his own creation. I'm not going to hold it against him. This is his own, personal creation, which he's made, and he has fun. This is like the root of his ideas, his whole universe, and I think it's a fun little concept he has that he's able to kind of connect with his character. Now, this character is both everything that Chris-chan wants to be and everything that Chris-chan isn't. So obviously Chris is in his own comics. Him and Sonichu are kind of the main characters. However, Chris in the comics plays an idealistic version of himself. So it's himself mirrored a little bit more admirably, a little bit more good, like most people would do in their own kind of media. You'd want yourself to be seen as potentially slightly better than you are, only slightly. But Sonichu is more symbolic towards himself. Sonichu is what Chris wants to be, rather than how Chris views himself. Sonichu is kind of like this perfect guy with a girlfriend, we know how, Chris rolls, but he's this perfect specimen with a girlfriend who just beats up evil and just does all this cool stuff, which, again, is fine for a comic book character. I'm just saying that I believe that Chris ideally wants to be Sonichu, but he portrays himself as Chris. If you have never seen Sonichu before, let me just tell you, you've seen Sonichu. The medallion he wears around his neck is a homemade Sonichu medallion. He always wears it, even to this day. It's not looking too healthy, but we move. Now, I want to preface that there is so much Sonichu lore in the world that I'm not going to be able to go through it all. We're going to give a brief explanation. If there's anything in here you guys want me to look further into, hell yeah, I love these videos. I think these videos are class, and I love learning about the weird brain of Chris-chan. Let's get straight into the CWC wiki, which is where I get most of my information. It's a great place. I'd recommend, taking a look, having a browse, having a peruse. So let's jump in to Sonichu. Sonichu, also known as Sonichu Prime, is the titular and intended primary protagonist of Christian Western Chandler's world-renowned comic. He is a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu, and is also Chris's imaginary son/friend. He goes on adventures and it zaps to the extreme. Do I know what any of that means? No. So, as you can tell, Sonichu is kind of meant to be the offspring of Chris, which is weird. They're meant to be friends. We don't go into the nitty-gritty too much here, okay? We just accept it and we move on. He is technically completely not right because he is Sonic the Hedgehog and Pikachu, which technically he can't make any money off, but he has made a lot of money off of Sonichu, and whether that's right or wrong, no one knows. So I don't normally do this, but I'm going to look in the little side bit, the little profile. So he's a male. Okay, he's male. Length is 5'4". His height is 3'5". Am I missing something? In the comics, he doesn't walk around on all fours. He walks. He's bipedal. What is the difference between length and height? That terrifies me. I feel very uncomfortable right now. His species is Sonichu. To be fair, you got Pikachu, who is a Pikachu. Parents is Chris. Parents. Okay, he just, you know what? You know what? This is his comic. He can do what he wants. We're not going to judge here. Okay, but his education, he went to Christian Western Chandlerville University. I appreciate the idea that even in Chris's made-up universe, there is still education. Education comes first. And Sonichu studied at university. I wonder what he studied on. What course did he do? Did he just go to university? He evolves from a Sonny or a Pikachu, of course, and then evolves into Metonic or Ultra Sonichu. What's a Sonny? The pre-evolved form of Sonichu. He has a lot of spunk and speed and is quite cute, but is apparently born with shoes on. Like most other Pokemon, he can only speak gibberish. What? What do you mean he's got a lot of spunk and speed? That's such a weird way of saying it. So let's try and find out how Sonichu was created. This is a direct quote from Chris on the origin of Sonichu, and why the public system has failed. Christian Western Chandler. I can't do his accent. Cut that out. Then it dawned on me. At that moment, after lunch, much like the random creation of Bionic the Hedgehog during basketball practice in my freshman year, Sonichu just burst right through into my imagination. A blur at first, but then it all became more clear and came together very well. So, as swiftly as the creation of Bionic, I drew Sonichu on paper from imagination. Then I drew him on my currently open Photoshop program. After checking with Miss Shalifu and my father, who is big on copyrights and whatnot, Sonichu was legal then and still is, and only mine. So soon after, the CD cover was made, printed, and passed with an A+ grade. Thus, an internet legend, Sonichu, was born. So, you know what, that's a fairly, innocent creation. He made him in a class. It's all fun and games at the moment. Not sure where he's got the copyright law from. Sure. So I believe that after this point, Chris probably got a little bit obsessed with Sonichu. He made a site 5 months later called Sonichu, and he made all the homemade Pokemon cards. This was all in 2000. And around the time, he created a few, mismatched comics. He dropped some stuff, just sketches, nothing official. Not until 2005 when he finally released Sonichu, basically, the comic book, where he has since become incredibly famous. It's worrying how many people know of Sonichu. I'm like, quick little... No way. There's no way. What the hell? I was here thinking, I'll be able to get a t-shirt or something. What the hell? It's so expensive. Why are they so much? Alright, this is concerning. Well, now I've learned that you can buy a Sonichu comic for £8. Okay. Where was I? Sonichu's character design had changed little since Chris's first ill-disciplined scrawling, due to Megan's influence, wanting her sweet, wet china. Sonichu took a more anime-like appearance. However, despite drawing Sonichu for over 2 decades, Chris has somehow managed to maintain the drawing skills of a 6-year-old. He's not wrong. So Sonichu hasn't really, evolved. And Chris's drawing hasn't really evolved. There is a lot of lore. The next episode is going to be about the actual individual comics, because I think that could be quite funny. Characteristics and personal life. So, he is just a chill dude. He runs around. He does his thing. He likes yellow or blue. This is so weird. He does have a girlfriend called Rose Chew, who looks, exactly like him, but pink. Apparently they've been married since 2006. Possible retcon by Chris to address complaints that Rose Chew and Sonichu having outside of marriage. This is what we're after. Chris's son's sexual prowess. Sonichu's luck with the ladies apparently predates his transformation into electric hedgehog Pokemon. In his CWC Wikipedia biography notes that when he was still a Pikachu made out with a Jigglypuff. I'm so confused. Chris has provided very intense details about Sonichu and Rose Chew's anatomy. When Sonichu's pickle is easily 7 inches and often ruptures the... This is a joke. I'm being goofed on. Surely. I'm going to quickly go over his powers, abilities, and weaknesses, and then we're going to call it, because I don't like that. I'm not a fan. Aside from obvious super speed and body spinning powers transferred to him from Sonic, obviously. Sonichu also possesses many powers based on his original Pikachu form, most notably his lightning and thunder attacks. Some of his special attacks include sky uppercuts, jumping punch to the head from below, presumably similar to the fashion of Street Fighter. I know the mega kick, a martial arts style kick, sometimes done in midair. Double team. Oh, I don't think I can, do that one. There's something about that. Zap cannonball. Attacker creates a ball of pure electronic energy in the hands. Oh, it's just the Hadouken. I'm so happy that people can't see me. Iron tail. Attacker swings his tail at the victim to hit them in a slapping attack. Mud slap. Attacker kicks conveniently placed mud in the victim's eyes to lower their accuracy. I need to stop. I've done my exercise for the day now. Alright, well, you know what? I'm going to leave this one here. There is so much more Sonichu to talk about, and if you guys want some specific stuff, I'm more than happy to, give it. I'm more than happy to dish out the fun Sonichu lore or any other lore. Talk about Rose Dew, talk about anything. I'm definitely going to go over the comics, the individual comics, because I think they could be fun to read the summaries and maybe even go for a reading of it. Who knows? We'll see. If this video is weird, if I talk weird, it's because I can't open my mouth. It's locked shut. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll be my DP15. See ya.
I smooth walk, you talk way too much. Please, little nigga, just shut the fuck up. I don't give a fuck, so don't buck up, because I stab you in the gut and then I put you in the